As early as 12:30 in the morning, some of these people came here. Just look at this line. At this point, we're well over 100 people that are here. Obviously, we tend to treat politics as a bit of a sport, and that's definitely the case here. All right, so even today with the end of Safe Track, you pick up the paper as you walk in, and right on there, right on top, it says a poll that most in DC view Metro poorly. So still, there's a lot of work that needs to be done to restore that confidence. Let me show you what we're looking at right now. We're at one of the checkpoints, and if you look over here, you'll see that they already have the fences up. A lot of roads are already closed off, and it's going to be a very busy morning. Hey there, guys. This is Evan Koslof. I'm here at Jacksonville Beach. I just want to show you some of the damage that we have right now. Mother Nature is just showing off right now. Look at this water right now. Look at how much white foam there is, and actually if we could get it, look at it rush over the dune into the swimming pool on the bottom floor of our condo. It's rushing into that.
The most dangerous intersection in the city. Where is it, Evan?
Well, hey there, it's right where I am right now, Benning Road and Minnesota Avenue in Northeast, and I can assure you, I'm over here on the sidewalk, but just to show you how busy this intersection is, you can see it right now. And before we get into the numbers, let's talk about the report as a bus comes and blocks me here. Well, hey there, guys. Yeah, like I was saying earlier this morning, this really is America. We got people from both sides, pro and against, and they're both here sharing ideas, and at times it is getting a little chirpy here. Life could really be worse, guys. This is pretty nice. I think it's probably the most unique live shot I've ever done. We are, of course, in Brookstone, because where else do you start your shopping but Brookstone? You take a look at some of the items they have, and it might be hard for me to continue with this live shot and get up, but okay, here we go. I'm gonna get up. I'm from the Boston area, as you guys know, so snow is like a way of life for us. I've got quite a few snow hacks, but I'm learning today. You know, Americans are pretty innovative. There's some things I've never heard of, which we're gonna explore today. It's gonna be a conversation. Right now, why don't we show you the outside here. We're going through a more residential area just to show you what it looks like. I know you guys were talking about it before. Some 39 million people are expected to travel for this weekend, the most since 2005. So we can expect quite a lot of people here. Mike, Jen, Allison, the whole crew, I'll send it back to you guys. Let me know if you want any Thrasher's fries, anything like that. I'll bring back all the good stuff for you guys.
Saltwater taffy, buddy.
But what if it's just for, you know, a few minutes? You're going to leave your dog in the car when you go inside the store. Well, even that could be dangerous. The Defense Fund said that at 70 degrees outside, it could get up to 90 degrees inside the car in just 10 minutes. And on a really hot day, it could get up to 115 degrees. That's no good for the little guy in the back seat. Okay, so now I made it through the training, and now we get to do the really fun part. I'm gonna destroy this car. Let's do it. There we go, we got it. We lost the GoPro. We're gonna try it again here. Oh, yes. Got it. Technology Week now continues with a look at something we've all used before, a backpack. But these backpacks I'm about to show you have a digital twist. They're called Pop Pack. Technology Week continues with a look from inside of my laptop. It's like many you've seen before, and it's running just fine. But it's old, so we want to talk about new laptops, starting with the craziest laptop I've ever seen. It's not often that you could reach out and touch something roughly 100 years old, but that's exactly what we're doing today. Right now we're in Mallows Bay, we're kayaking, we're exploring what's the largest ship graveyard in the entire Western Hemisphere. It's pretty spectacular. Take a look. We are off.
There you go. All right.
Our voyage begins on the bank of the Potomac.
What a perfect morning.
It's a beautiful, serene day, and we're traveling by kayak. I'm in one, photographer Mike Furr is in the other, along with our guide, Judy Lathrop. Oh yeah, Judy brought her dogs Ollie and Casper along as well.
So you can see some of the pins that are just below the surface. Yep, so you don't want to run onto those. Right under here.
In just minutes, we started to see the remnants of what was to come. More than 100 ships are scrapped and abandoned here from World War I.
It's when you get up close to them and you can touch them and look closely at them that it really becomes powerful.
Lo and behold, it didn't take long before we found some ships. Just look at these. A century has gone by, but their shape is still there.
And it's kind of neat because the cedars kind of punctuate the sides of the hull. See the two cedars on either side?
An entire ship transformed into a makeshift island and a habitat for wildlife. Take beavers, for example.
Here, They've actually built their lodge right on one of the wrecks, so they've used the frame of this 100-year-old ship as the platform for their lodge.
Now, one question you might have is, how did these boats get here in the first place? Well, after World War I, it would have been too expensive to remove these gigantic ships from the water, so they chose to dump them here. Since then, they've been ransacked, pillaged, and looted countless times, first during the Great Depression, and then again during World War II. Still, these ships remain.
It's very powerful to me when you think there are, about 150 wrecks here. And the effort that it took to make these.
And so we continued our journey through Mallows Bay, not only looking to the past, but perhaps reflecting on the present.
And that's what this is all about, just sitting here quietly, touching it and thinking about it. And it just and facing this way with the birds and the osprey. And you can think about what it was like 100 years ago.
With no plans to quit my job anytime soon,
Evan Koslof, WUSA 9.
There's no such word as can't.
a simple philosophy
It feels really good.
for a group of kids that are facing some barriers.
I got them when I was 4.
Take Damian Sanchez. Like everyone else on this field, he's an amputee. But that's not stopping him from playing some ball.
Just being surrounded by a bunch of amputees, so I'm not like the only one.
It's all part of the kids camp, led by the Wounded Warriors amputee softball team. They travel the country to play some softball and mentor kids.
It's hard enough growing up being a kid because kids are just mean to each other in general.
Saul Bosquez is one of those Wounded Warriors, and he's got an amputated leg for himself.
I was in a Humvee that was hit by a IED, a roadside bomb, and hit the right side of my vehicle and hit my left leg and part of my right foot. Oh, come on, outfielder's sleeping.
And after some pretty dark days, Bosquez says he got himself back up. First walking, then running, now softball. And today, he's giving back.
Every other weekend, I get to hang out with these guys, and if I've gone through something, more than likely someone else has gone through the same thing.
A safe haven where these kids can escape their troubles and just be kids.
There isn't like staring at me. Like when I'm out, everybody's like, what happened to your leg? Like, why do you have that? Here, they like understand.
There is a lot of technique involved as well. Take the challenge of catching and then throwing when you have just one hand.
And then I do this, and then I get it out, and then I hold on to it.
As for why they do this, well, that's simple. For the same reason any kid picks up the glove.
It feels like I'm normal and everybody's here has disabilities like me. It feels like I'm in a pack.
1, 2, 3, 1! And that's what a team is all about.
Love it so much. Now, the camp leads up to a big game tomorrow evening at the George Mason University. The Wounded Warriors take on a celebrity team. I want to show you a picture of one of those celebrities. Check it out. Larry Miller has played in the tournament in the past, and he's back this year.
We call these photographs Google Street View before there was Google Street View.
We're looking at a collection of photos taken more than 60 years ago. All of them by this guy, John Weimer.
I'm so interested by what has changed in this photo.
Now, all these years later, these grainy black and whites are being brought back to life by this woman, Jessica Smith. She's an anthropologist, and over the last 2 years, she's been recreating each and every photo using Google Maps.
It's just so interesting to see the city in black and white and then try and picture that Weimer walked this area.
And so Smith didn't stop there. She's now put the photos online in an easy format that lets you compare then to now.
I am so annoying to travel with now in the car because all I do is we drive past things like, oh, that's a Weimer photo, and oh, that's a Weimer photo. And I think everybody's really tired of it.
But since I just met her and I'm not tired of these photos just yet, we decided to go on a tour by Mount Vernon Square. And it didn't take long to see some big changes.
All of these structures, all of these blocks used to be filled with row houses. And now, for the most part, we have blocks that just have a single large structure on them that have been turned into office buildings.
What a change.
Absolutely, what a change.
But perhaps nothing shows the transformation more than just a couple blocks away, where there used to be this bustling community. Now look at it. It's the convention center. And it gets even weirder when you look for the site of the old St. Sophia's Greek Orthodox Church.
Not only is this building gone, but the whole street is gone. So if people wanted to come and visit this site, they would have to go inside the convention center to see it.
As for Jessica, she says it's all about finding that connection to our past.
So it's all of those wonderful hidden gems about the city that you would have no idea unless you were looking for it.